I call the member for Hughes.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I would like to ask the Minister, does he think that since we are seeing such a concern from the Labor members about debt, the concern that they are showing today, do you think it's possible that they may actually join with the coalition and they may actually help to approve some expenditure cuts? Do you think that is possible, Minister? Or will we see the continuation of the reckless approach of Labor, continuing to block everything that the coalition tries to do to bring our budget back into balance? I'd also ask you, Minister, can you tell us about the risks to the economy if we go down Labor's track and maintain an internationally uncompetitive corporate tax rate? What risks are there to investment flows into Australia? If we have a 30% corporate rate of tax, but the US go down to 15%, if the UK are at 20%, what risks are there to our economy from that? And I'd also ask you, if we have, combining with that, a personal rate of marginal tax, that the Labor Party want a top rate of 49.5%, what risk does that have to our international competitiveness? And what risks does it have if we go down Labor's track with energy, where they want a 50% renewable energy target, giving us some of the most highest cost energy in the world? How are we going to have a competitive economy in the years ahead if we go down that trilemma of Labor's? Uncompetitive corporate rates of tax, uncompetitive top rates of marginal tax, and uncompetitive electricity prices. What is the future for our nation if we do that? Now also, Minister, I'd like to also ask you about the issue of housing affordability. We hear Labor talk about they want to abolish negative gearing. Is there any historical precedence about what happened when we previously abolished negative gearing? What happened to the rental markets in Sydney? What happened to the rental markets in Melbourne? And perhaps you could explain why, if this is such a magic bullet that Labor suggests, why are we seeing some markets with such large increases in housing prices and other markets with decreases if we have the same negative gearing policies across the nation? Also, Minister, you may like to comment on the rate of interest that this government has to pay on the debt that we inherited from Labor. How much is that? How much is that going forward? How is that financed, Minister? And what are the Labor Party actually doing to assist the coalition to try and bring the debt that we have under control? If we could have some discussion on those things, because we've heard some wonderfully eloquent speeches by Labor members about their concern about the debt today, and we share those concerns. So we would hope that in the weeks and months and years to come, is it possible we can see that the Labor Party will actually join hands with us and work together? The other thing, Minister, can you also please advise us how the government is using efficiency dividends to ensure that Australian taxpayers will actually receive value for money from all governments and their departments? Minister, with any time left, if it's possible,